Hi, I'm Amy Davis and today I'm going to take a look at the Sony a6000. The a6000 sits at the top of Sony's lineup of APS-C format compact system cameras. It's been a little while now since Sony decided to drop the NEX brand from its CSCs, with the a6000 being the fifth to bear just the Alpha name. Unlike Sony's DSLT cameras, the a6000 features the E-mount and doesn't have a mirror. The a6000 sort of replaces the NEX6. The NEX7 has also been discontinued, but Sony hopes that those photographers will upgrade to the A7 or A7R. This camera shares a lot of similarities in its build with the NEX6. This grip here is ever so slightly more pronounced, making it easier to hold the camera, especially one-handed. There's also a nice texture coating. Those who appreciate a lot of dedicated dials and buttons will probably enjoy using the a6000. Where the NEX6 had two stacked dials on top of the camera, one for changing the shooting mode, such as aperture priority, and another for setting the aperture or shutter speed, here on the a6000 these dials are next to each other here. The second dial is easily reached by the thumb, making it convenient for quickly changing settings. Most of the buttons on the a6000 are customisable. There are two dedicated custom buttons here and here, which can be set to a number of different functions, such as metering or picture effects, but also buttons such as the directional keys here, or the AEL button here can also have one of over 40 different functions, depending on what you want. A sort of quick menu is accessed by pressing this function button here. This is also customisable, with the option to swap out any functions you're not using very often for those that you do. Unfortunately, setting the autofocus point on the a6000 is infuriatingly laborious. If you're the type who wants to change the AF point often, you may find using the a6000 frustrating. There's no way to directly access AF point selection. Instead, every time you want to change it, you have to go through the annoying process of selecting focus area mode, pressing OK, and then using the directional keys to reach the point you need. I've set this custom button here to access focus area, which speeds things up slightly, but it's still an unnecessarily long-winded process. On the A7R, you can cut out this middle point altogether, so it seems odd that Sony hasn't made it an option here on the a6000. It also continues to remain a mystery why Sony is neglecting to include a touchscreen on some of its compact system cameras. Here on the a6000 it would have sped up the process of setting the AF point for starters, and it's something which is found on pretty much all of the camera's competitors, such as the Samsung NX30 and the Olympus OMD range. On the plus side, the screen is tilting and doesn't seem to suffer too badly from glare or reflections. Wi-Fi and NFC connectivity are included on the a6000, which makes it easy to quickly share images to your smartphone or tablet. Once the initial connection has been made, using the Wi-Fi functionality is relatively quick. While in playback, this button here acts as a dedicated Wi-Fi button, giving you options for sending images across to your device. If you have an NFC-capable device, this process will be even quicker, as you'll just need to tap the two together to create a connection. Having Wi-Fi connectivity also means that the functionality of the camera can be expanded via apps available from the Play Memory store. While for the moment there's not a huge range available, it's something Sony can build on with time. Sony has unified its menu systems right across its range of cameras, replacing the confusing old NEX menu system with this easier, more sensible setup. You'll find everything you need divided into these different tabs. Autofocus speeds for the a6000 are claimed to be the fastest in the world for cameras with an APS-C size sensor. In good light, speeds are indeed fast, locking onto a subject with accuracy. As the light drops, speeds are a little slower, but the camera only fails to lock on at all in very dark conditions. The a6000 came with some pretty high hopes, as we've seen that Sony is capable of producing some truly excellent cameras. Happily, in terms of image quality, this camera is not a disappointment. Images are packed with detail, while colours are bright and punchy, with options to customise colours in camera being very helpful. The camera's metering system generally does a good job of producing accurate exposures, but it does err towards underexposure in some conditions, such as high contrast. The camera's automatic white balance system is also great, erring ever so slightly towards warmer tones under artificial lighting. Image noise doesn't start to become problematic when viewing at normal printing or web sizes until after ISO 3200, or higher in some cases, making this a good camera for low light shooting. Overall, the a6000 is an excellent camera. There are just one or two niggles stopping it from being very good indeed. For my full review of the a6000, visit techradar.com.